Hey everyone, this is Stephen Strawn at Cast Iron Cookware. We can find information to help you better collect, restore, and use cast iron cookware. Today I'm going to be making a little carnivore snack or something to go along with the carnivore meal, and that is fried cheese. And I'm going to be doing that coming right up. Okay, just like I said in the video opening, I'm going to be making some fried cheese, and I'm going to be doing that in my little Lodge number 8 round griddle. And this thing is great for anything that you're going to have to use a spatula. Grilled cheese, eggs, fried cheese, anything that's fried, even a steak. I've practiced this and I've kind of worked it out, and it is a personal preference how you cook. So I'm going to talk about that as I go. Today I'm going to be using a finely shredded, and it's a Fiesta blend cheese. Now I like to shred my own cheese, but we've been doing this fried cheese so much that we spend more time shredding than we do cooking. So I went ahead and got some that's already shredded. Even though there is a little bit of starch that they put in there to keep it from sticking together, it's not too awfully bad. But if you have an issue with starch, you can go ahead and grate your own cheese, shred your own cheese, that's great. If you shred cheese yourself, it's always better. But just for convenience sake, I'm going to use the pre-shredded version. And I'm going to add, I've got a little bit left of Parmesan cheese. I'm going to kind of put this on the top of it for just a little extra flavor. And also going to pull the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Now we don't want to get too hot, but we're going to go ahead and cut our stove eye on. Now you can start, especially if you're going to be using a skillet that has tall sides, you want to start it on low and then raise the temperature up. One thing I love about a griddle is it doesn't have the tall sides, so you usually can raise the temperature up much quicker without having any issues with warping. What I like about this particular burner, it's a wok burner, and it's really wide, and it really covers the pan, so you're getting a nice even coverage. You can add a little butter if you want to, but I've already been cooking fried cheese in this thing, so it has been really slick. There's a lot of oil that comes out of cheese. So just gonna pile some on here in the center. You can already hear it sizzling just a little bit. Just gonna kind of spread it out a little bit. And if you want it thinner, you can do it thinner. This is about the thickness I personally like. You can even make it larger, but the larger you make it, you have a little bit of issues that, getting your spatula underneath it. I'm gonna go ahead and use the rest of this Parmesan. Now you want to get it warm to start with, and then you want to drop it down to low. When you hear it really sizzling, you don't want to burn it. And if it gets to sizzling too much, just cut it off. And we're going to watch the edges. If you get carried away and you start working with the spatula early, you're just going to have it stuck all over your spatula and you'll have a mess. So we're going to wait till the edges brown a little bit. There we go. You see a little bit of a hard spot. And I'm going to go this way instead of this way, because if you go this way, you'll stand a chance of getting stuck. See right there, we're getting stuck a little. So I'm going to wait just a second before I start rounding this thing out. Get a lot of activity, so I'm just going to cut it off. This griddle is going to hold a lot of heat. We don't want to burn it. We just want it to be cooked. One thing about cheese, it burns really quick, and you see all the bubbling action. We're kind of getting a little ahead of the game right now than we really want to. And we can hear it's kind of not as loud, so we're good. Notice we're getting holes all through and all the way across. We're getting a nice even cook. There's going to be a lot of oil to release. So what I've done, I've prepared myself a plate with a paper towel. So whenever I take this off the pan, I'm gonna put it on the paper towel. It'll soak up some of the oil. Okay, I'm gonna cut it back on again, and I'm gonna cut it down on low. I think one reason why going at it with the back side of the spatula works so well is because you're pushing the oil and it's keeping you from getting stuck. You know, kind of sloppy. Now this side here is getting to look good, so I'm going to push it that direction to kind of bring some of my heat over here. Because this side here is looking pretty good, but it's still not hard enough yet to really take control of it. The first time you do this, it's probably going to turn out bad, so don't give up. Keep trying and keep working at it. Maybe do a smaller batch so you don't feel like that you wasted anything. But each time you do it, you're going to get better, and you're going to find new ways to experiment. See, now we're starting to get a little bit of a cohesive around the side there, where you can almost get up under it. And we're going to try to break it loose a little bit there in the center. Oh, now we're loose. This is what we want. Now, if you want to cook it on the other side, you can get underneath it, and there we go. At this point, I like to just cut it off because it's already cooked. Now, it's going to be a little sticky on this side, so you got to wait a minute before you start trying to pick it up. If you pick it up now, it's just going to be sticky and just going to be a mess. But it's going to go quicker on this side. We can see right now we're all ready, and I don't want to get right underneath it with my spatula. There we go. That is nice. So I'm going to take it off and put it on my paper plate. Hear that sizzle? And you can just tell right there how much oil is coming off this. So we'll let it cool on here just a minute. Let me pull the camera up so we can get a taste. This looks good. Now, it's a little bit hard. Now, this is the kind of thing that you don't really want to cook a bunch of and then try to eat it the next day. I don't think they put up very well. This is kind of cook and eat right then. The other day I put some weenies in the air fryer and rolled them up in this thing, and it was just as good as it could be. It kind of makes me think you could probably do something like a corn dog without the cornbread. You can also sprinkle some seasoning on it, depending on what seasonings that you're able to eat. I tried a little bit of the ranch dressing seasoning today, and it was really good. You can experiment with this, and it's a nice crunchy snack. It's a lot like a chip. And it's kind of satisfying. Now, if you've been on the carnivore diet, like I have, you kind of miss the crunchy potato chip thing. You can also roll them up and then dip them in some hollandaise sauce or some cheese sauce that you make, or you can even roll, a piece of meat in it, or while it's still kind of warm, you can make yourself a taco and put you some taco meat in there and have you a carnivore taco. No bread, no tortilla, just use cheese. The only real drawback that I see is it is really oily. So that's one reason why I go ahead and put it on the paper towel when I first take it off. You can also take a pizza cutter and cut this up in little squares, and it's a lot like a Cheez-It, but it's a Cheez-It that is better than any Cheez-It you've ever ate, especially if you put some kind of seasoning on top of it. Really, really good. So I hope that you've enjoyed this little quick fried cheese video. I've really enjoyed it. It's been a game changer for me. After I ate supper, I'm thinking I want something a little extra, so I'll make me a little fried cheese patty, and it's a nice little dessert type thing at the end of your meal, which is wonderful. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I promise I'll keep more coming. And I want to say thank you to everyone that's purchased my product, Easy Beezy Cast Iron Seasoning. The purchase of this product helps keep this channel going, and I just want to say thank you again so very much. So thank you again for watching Cast Iron Cookware. I just want to invite everybody to the National Cornbread Festival for 2023. Cast Iron Cookware is going to set up a booth there on April 29th and 30th. Come by the Cast Iron Cookware Easy Beezy tent and say hi. We'd love to see you there. Before you go, I would like to share something with you really quickly. In Proverbs chapter 8, verse 1 through 4, it says, "Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of high places, by the way in the places of the paths. She cries at all gates, at the entry of the city, at the coming of the doors. Unto you, O men, I call, my voice is to the sons of man." I just want to say, share the word and be a blessing.